Okay folks, this video is about percents. So let's think about what percent means for a second here. So if I were to say miles per hour and write that mathematically, it would look like this: miles divided by hours. Similarly, if I say dollars per pound, that would be written like dollars divided by pounds. So when I say percent, per means divided by, and cent, well, if you think about it, there's 100 cents in a dollar or 100 years in a century, so it's per divided by cent 100. So percent is divided by 100. If you think about this as a fraction, that's hundredths. So really a percent is just the number of hundredths. So for example here, if I have 0.53, and that's how I often say it, but really this is 53 hundredths. So that means 0.53 or 53 hundredths equals 53% because there's 53 hundredths. Okay, so let's look at a few more here, and I think pretty soon you'll see a pattern. So 0.71, that's 71 hundredths, which is 71%. 0.43 is 43 hundredths, and that is 43%. Okay, 0.5, that's 5 tenths. If I want to make that into hundredths, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a 0 at the end and make it 0.50. So that's 50 hundredths, or 50%. Now I want to look at all these for just a second here, and I want to show you something, because pretty soon you'll notice a pattern, I think. Now if I were to fill in the decimal place on these 3%, they're a whole number, so the decimal's at the end. So let's look here, let's see, what did the decimal do from my original decimal problem written like this, 0.71, to my percent? Well look, the decimal moved 2 places to the right. And it did that here. The decimal's in front of the 4. Here the decimal's after the 3. It went 2 places over. So to make a decimal into a percent, we move the decimal 2 places to the right. Let me write that here. So we move the decimal. It's always 2 places right. Now let's say I wanted to go backwards. Let's say I had a percent and I wanted to make a decimal. Well, check this out. I go 1, 2 to the other way, to the left, and I get my decimal. So let's look at a couple here, and then we're just about done. So 37%, if I were to fill in the decimal, it would be after the 7. And I would go 1, 2 over to the left to get my answer, and it would be 37 hundredths, or 0.37. Okay, one more here, excuse me, 92%, the decimal's at the end, 1, 2 places to the left, and I get 0.92, or 92 hundredths. Alright, so let me write that out for you here. So if we're going from a percent to a decimal, we're going to move the decimal 2 places to the left. Alright, and that's really all you need to do for your first assignment. So one more time, a percent, there's the percent, is really the number of hundredths. So to go from a decimal to a percent, we go 2 places to the right. And to go from a percent to a decimal, we go 2 places to the left. Alright, one more time. Decimal to percent, 2 places to the right. Percent to decimal, 2 places to the left. Alright, well that should be plenty to get you through your first assignment, and if you have any questions at all, please let me know. Thank you.